Hey everybody, it's Bob from TNT Customs. It's TNT Tuesday. Probably technically a little early, but it's close enough to noon. Don't really have a lot going on today, but I did want to talk to you on our sister company, 4Xploring. You probably saw the notice go out yesterday. I think that we put it out. We're gonna have to cancel the spring adventure this year. Hi Mike, how are you? How's West Virginia? Frizz, good to see you. David, how are you doing? Carlos? So where was I? Oh, the spring adventure. We put the notice out yesterday that we're going to have to cancel that for this year. Not because I'm paranoid or any of the other baloney that's floating around with this COVID stuff. It's more due to a resupply issue. That trip was going to be pretty strenuous, meaning distance unsupplied. So we were very concerned with getting to some of the little towns in southern Utah, which was on our escape route. Not really escape, but our planned exit of the area we were going to be in, and not having anyone home or not having supplies. I've been trying to call down there to get a feel for what's going on. They're very, very small communities. You know, basically one gas pump, a church. Well, it's southern Utah, so no bars. That's Wisconsin. So we were very concerned with getting there on fumes and not being able to resupply. Food really wasn't a concern, but fuel, obviously, fuel is always a concern when you're adventuring. So we just decided to call it. Also not knowing what the next couple weeks hold for more government intervention. We'll try and stay politically correct. It was just probably a better idea to do that instead of take a chance and getting out there and getting stuck. So hang on a minute. Give me a couple minutes. So that's where we're at on that. As far as we know, Rockfest is still a go. That is our annual event up in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Don't have a calendar in front of me, but it's the last couple of days of June. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever that last Wednesday through Saturday of June is. As far as we're being told right now, we're still a go, but the Forest Circus is starting to question some of those things, but I'm trying to be optimistic that this will all be over and done with by then. So as of right now, yeah, I think that's right, David, the 24th. Wayne, how are you? How you been over there in Nebraska? So Troy, I see you're on. Thanks for joining. So as far as we know, we're going to keep pressing along with that plan till the authorities tell us otherwise. The only thing the Forest Circus has put out currently is they're concerned with social distancing at an event, and we came back with it's a Jeep event. We practice social distancing. We've been practicing it for 30 some years. I'm in my Jeep, you're in your Jeep. We keep a Jeep. Sorry, Mary was trying to call me. So we're separated when we're out wheeling. So, but they were more concerned with camp and things of that nature, and we responded with, we camp on private property as long as that business is open. So right now they're not telling us we can't. So we're going to continue to plan that we can. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of you folks up there in South Dakota the tail end of June. Other than that, it's kind of business as usual around here. Do have some really wonderful good news. Do the math, shouldn't do math in public. My third grandson, fourth grandchild, was born last week on Wednesday. Cade Thomas, everything's healthy. Everybody's in good shape. Mom and baby are currently at home. Kind of playing it low key. Jason's still at home. He'll be back to work tomorrow, I'm told. So manufacturing will get back up and going again. I was over there over the weekend making a few odds and ends to try and help those guys out. Actually, I'm headed over there this afternoon to do some make some more parts to get us ready here at the Jeep shop for our next build. Thanks for all the congratulations. I see them going by. Chris, how are you? So this afternoon we'll get the rest of the armor built for our next LJ project. It's kind of windy and nasty and cold out today, so I'm not going to go out and show you that because I'm already cold. But it's a pretty cherry little LJ, came out of Southern California. Showed up in a snowstorm here a couple of weeks ago. You probably saw that on my Facebook page. In a snowstorm, first time it's probably ever seen snow since it's a Southern California Jeep, so that was kind of entertaining to send the customer some pictures. He's like, what's all that white stuff? So we've got it cleaned up. It's sitting out here on deck ready to go. We got to make a few more parts before we bring it in and tear it apart and start building it. It is going to be on the lines of a Trail Boss build. We have Curry axles on order. Not sure what's going on in Southern Cal, because I've even been sending smoke signals to try and get somebody to respond. The problem is in Wyoming, our smoke signals go towards Nebraska, so the guys in California probably aren't seeing them. But we'll get the axles sooner or later. In the meantime, we're going to get started with armor, paint and body work. We get all of those things out of the way so we can keep busy, so that when the axles do show up from Curry, we can start on the suspension side of things. So some of our partners that are helping on this build, obviously Curry, we've mentioned them several times now. We got a JK spec Dana 44 front coming and JK spec 44 rear coming. Obviously our long arm suspension, we're going to do rad flow coilovers on both ends. Our traditional long arm kit that works really well. People are really impressed with it, and as evidenced by we keep getting LJs to build. We're not really stretching this one anything crazy. We'll probably bump the front end inch and a half, rear end inch and a half. Talked to Tony from GenRite over the weekend and secured a Safari gas tank for it, so we got that all squared away. It should be on a little brown truck headed this way. Customer likes to go out in the Mojave and kind of disappear, which is a great idea. I'll probably join him. Death Valley is one of his favorite places to go poking around. So he wanted more fuel capacity. So more is better. So we went to GenRite's biggest tank. They're 31. Since we're not really stretching or doing anything crazy with it, that was part of the plan. Frank's on Gomez asking about two-door full corners. Do you have a specific question? We kind of build those to order. We can do more or less anything you want within reason. We have patterns for just a standard issue corner. We can do one with a 40-inch opening. We can do one with a 40-inch opening and a stretch. So Frank, if you have any specific needs, wants, have any concerns that you need addressed, we can handle that. We also make a set of blanks for a two-door, so you can cut at will, whatever you think is going to work for you. If you're stretching, like William does down in Florida, he likes 10, 11, 12-inch stretches. They have advantages, disadvantages, but I can't really build a corner to that because there's not a lot left for us to press, because the wheel opening has to go so far back. So they don't press well, they don't turn out, the shape isn't good. So in that situation, we do those in a blank so that they're a nice fitting piece at that point. And then you just have to cut your wheel opening in them. We can do custom things, it's in our name. If you read our name, you kind of figure that out. We can delete the gas filler. We can move the gas filler within reason. There are some emissions legalities to playing with the gas filler. The blanks do not have a gas filler, so that's up to you. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'll add that to my list. Vince, I see you say hello from West Virginia. Vince, you should look up Mike Dowdle. If you scroll up through the comments, you'll see him. He's commented earlier in the video. Mike's a local guy who works in West Virginia when it's nice. So this time of year till sometime in the fall, I suppose. He is jonesing to go for a Jeep ride. So he's got his RZR out there, but he left his crawler back here in Wyoming. So you guys should get together and go do something. 6 feet apart, of course, but nonetheless, you should go do something. Bobby, how are you? I see you tuned in. Steve's here. So that kind of wraps up JK two-door corners in a nutshell. If anything I didn't cover doesn't answer a question, give Mary a holler. She can help you put the order in and translate what you want into something I can make. We'll go from there. Okay, Frank, thank you. So, Bobby, I'm working on your arms. I've got pieces cut. I got stuff in a pile. So hopefully this afternoon I can don a welding helmet and get them burned up. If not, Jason will get that first thing in the morning. Your cross member is here, ready to slide into that same box. So you should get another care package. Couple of days, week, who knows? Depends on the little brown truck, but they've been pretty reliable here. We've been getting parts as we need them, so it shouldn't really be a problem. So other than that, I don't really have anything this week. We didn't finish. Sorry, I got interrupted. Shouldn't have got interrupted because that was an important subject. Cade Thomas, our third grandson, fourth grandchild. Last Wednesday, everybody's home, everybody's doing well. 8 pounds, 9 ounces, if I remember correctly. 10 fingers, 10 toes, everything's there, everything's working. Already had a well baby check, doing baby things, growing, eating, sleeping, pooping. So everybody is doing well in the Liebenhagen family. My parents are here. They got in from southern Texas last Wednesday, so they've been here about a week now. They're going to hang out for a while because why go to the People's Republic of Wisconsin? But so they're going to hang here for a while and spend some time with the grandkids and with us and do all those sorts of family things. Mary's here.
Hi, everybody.
Telling me she's hungry for lunch. So I guess with that, we'll just sign off for this week. Next week, we should have that little Project LJ in and tore apart so we can go over more particulars of what we're doing there. Probably the week after that, we'll get back to manufacturing with Mary. Let her get everything back up and running from Jason being gone, and give her time to pick a subject to talk about. So that'll cover us for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll figure it out from there. So that takes us into May, if I did the math right, or right towards the end of April. So go ahead.
Keep sending in those bracket orders. We've had good feedback or good results of people buying the builder bracket type stuff with the COVID CV19 discount code. So go ahead and keep sending those in. I'm liking seeing those every day. And then also pay attention to all our train masters out there. If you guys haven't seen any of them or met any of them, be on the lookout. They're sharing discount codes all the time, so I want to make sure you get in touch with some of those train masters. I see some of them are on here watching, so that's all good.
And they do some of the one. I was talking to one of the train masters last night. As probably most everybody knows, I'm not a fan of Instagram. And you guys send messages. We get to them as soon as we can. What you see is what you get. So we try to answer them as quickly as possible, but don't expect an instant reply because we're kind of busy. So we'll get to you as soon as we can. Hang in. If you need help quicker or sooner, just call Mary. She's at her desk. 307-775-9565.
Honestly, email
Option
me too.
3, or send her an email because she does all of our books and accounting and ordering and all that
back and forth to emails all day
all
long.
that computer stuff. An email will jump right up in front of her. So, but if Instagram is your chosen via communication, be patient. We'll get to you.
Like yesterday, I never even got till about 6 o'clock last night.
Right. So probably train masters spread that around a little bit. Like I said, what you see is what you get. So we're doing our best. And on that, everybody have a good week. Keep your head down. Keep your powder dry. Stay safe. We'll talk to you next week.